Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I have been sharing my weight loss journey here on YouTube since April of 2020. In August of 2022, I had a bariatric surgical procedure called vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG for short. And since then, I've continued to share my weight loss journey and all the things I have learned or not along the way with you. Now, recently I kicked off my last 10 pounds challenge because I have 10 pounds to lose until I meet my surgeon's goal of 145 pounds. So in today's video, we'll be doing an update on that challenge because week 1 is in the books. Before we get into that, I want to just take a second here to say a huge thank you. My channel has finally reached 4,000 subscribers. That was a humongous goal for me this year, and we have already exceeded it. I cannot say thank you enough to everybody who has subscribed so far. And if this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, I would love it if you joined in on the fun and hit that subscribe button down in the corner. It really does help the channel a lot. And to all of my returning subscribers, I really cannot say thank you enough. Thank you so much every time you like, comment, and then share my video with others. It is a huge help to me. I very much appreciate the support. This would not be nearly as fun if it weren't for all of you. So thank you so much for that. My goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. So we've got 1,000 to go. So please keep continuing to do all of those things that support my channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and I hope that the content that I deliver to you brings you value in your life as well. So I want the energy in these last 10 pound or LTP challenge videos to be really casual. You can see I'm not even nearly as dressed up as I usually am for a sit down video. I'm in a pretty casual outfit right now. This is my BT21 shirt that I usually wear for pajamas, maybe sometimes to the gym. It's also kind of dark in this room. Right now in Oklahoma, there is a huge thunderstorm going by, but I didn't want that to stop me from filming this update. I believe how I want to format these is I'm just going to talk about what went well this week, what could have been better or didn't go well at all, and then what I'm planning to do about that, as well as my weekly weigh-in as part of the challenge. So why don't we kick off with what went well? I actually felt really good this week, despite some of the things that ended up being challenges for me. As far as food goes, I was on point. One thing I wanted to ask you, and please let me know in the comments below, would you like me to take like some videos of the food that I'm eating throughout the week, just to show you kind of like what my favorite thing I ate this week was, or just to give you some ideas? I don't really want to do a what I eat in a day because some of the comments I get on those videos are really wacky, and I just want to avoid them in general, but I wouldn't mind highlighting a few dishes here and there that I've had while I'm doing this challenge or just in general. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. I did have one day during this week where my eating was not great, and I'll go into that when I talk about what could have been better because I actually learned something from that experience. Workout wise, I was on point as well. My Sunday and Tuesday workouts were really good workouts. I felt really strong, especially on Sunday. I don't know what was in my bones that day, but I was just like, my chest press was like, I was pushing 60 pounds very easily, which usually that's a little bit of a challenge. Even today, in fact, it was a challenge. So I'm like, I don't know what energy I was on last week. That was amazing. I felt really good about my workouts. So why don't we use that kind of to transition into what could have been better. On my Thursday workout, Thursday was 4th of July, and I was expecting to go to the gym. I was there at 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning. I was expecting nobody to be there. I'm like, oh, it's a holiday. I'll have the whole gym to myself. I was actually really looking forward to an empty gym, and I could not have been more wrong. I think that was the most crowded I've ever seen that gym. since like January, since New Year's resolution season. It was bonkers. There was not room in that gym to do anything. So I ended up hopping on one machine, which was the mid-row machine, and I did that. And then every other machine was taken and there were people waiting for it. And then the back area, which is where you can do turf or free weights, was just so crowded there was no room. So I finally was just like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not gonna lift today. It's just too crowded. I have a little bit of social anxiety, so crowded places in general are not a great experience for me. So I was like, okay, what else can I do? So instead, I left the gym and I went for a longer walk, and then I did about a 3/4 mile jog on this trail that is in my area. So I made up for it. I didn't lift on Thursday like I would have wanted to, but it was just because the gym was so crowded, and it ended up being okay. I enjoyed my little run that I did, even though it was so hot outside. That was really fun. So even though that was a challenge, it worked out okay. Now, what I was talking about earlier with my eating, on Friday, I had taken off from work. It was like my bonus day off. It wasn't a company holiday, so I had requested off, and my plan was that I was going to go on Friday to the pool and just relax all day by myself. Well, Friday ended up being completely overcast. It was kind of a just yucky day. It didn't rain, but it was not pleasant outside. So I ended up not going to the pool like I had wanted to. And the thing that I have learned about myself is I still have a little bit of a tendency to lean on food and snacks when things don't go my way. When my plans, and I am a planner, I've said this many times in the past, when my plans don't match up with what I want to do, or a wrench gets thrown in the plan and I can't do what I want to do, I do notice that I have a little bit of a tendency then to, I don't want to say overeat, because I physically really can't overeat very much, but I make less nutritious choices when I'm frustrated like that. So that's something I realized in that day, because I had done so well all week long that I was like, what the heck? What is going on with me? And I really sat and reflected on that. And I was like, oh, I didn't get my way and I didn't go do what I wanted to do. So instead I was like, I'm going to have some snacks, right? Like, so just something I personally need to work on. That was a challenge probably even long before I had weight loss surgery, now that I'm thinking about it, and could have been one of the factors that contributed to my binge eating. Okay, so let's talk about my weight. The other challenge that I faced this week was I got a surprise period. I was not expecting it. I still had about 2 weeks until my app said that I should expect my period, so I actually thought I was in a really good place. This is all part of me trying to get my wonky ass hormones in check, which if you haven't seen that video, I will link it up above, but I am working on that. And so this is kind of par for the course with what I am doing to treat my perimenopause symptoms, as well as get my hormones a little bit more regulated. So even though it was a surprise, I wasn't surprised because I knew things could get a little wacky at some point. Just wasn't expecting it this week and the week that I started a challenge. So my initial weigh-in on Monday was a little bit higher than what I had projected it to be. I expected to be somewhere between 154 and maybe 155, but my actual weigh-in on Monday, I was 156.7, which was a little bit jarring. Now, I did weigh myself every day throughout the week, so my weight fluctuated as low as 154 and then as high as 157. My official challenge weigh-in, which I did this morning, I was still 156.7, so I did not lose any weight. The kind of disappointing thing here is that now I am a little bit behind the 8 ball. I initially said that I had 10 pounds to lose. I actually have a little over that. However, that being said, I suspect that part of this is water weight. I can kind of feel it, even though overall I feel really good. I do feel a little bit more jiggly than usual, so I know that's water retention, so I'm not freaking out just yet. I think for my weigh-in next week, I have a feeling this will regulate out after this period ends, and then that water weight will evacuate, and I should be probably at my normal expected weight if I don't lose any additional weight this week. I also said I was going to take my measurements, and I just remembered that now. So that's unfortunate. So what I will do is tomorrow morning I will take my measurements. I haven't lost any weight, so it's not really a huge detriment to the challenge. And again, this challenge is pretty casual. I want to make sure that people know I'm not doing this like a 75 hard where it's super strict and really high pressure. I want this to be just something that I give a really good try. So still a challenge, because obviously I've maintained my weight for pretty much a year now, but I am putting in effort to lose these last 10 pounds. If you're participating in the challenge with me, I knew a few of you said that you were going to, which is really freaking awesome. I'm so excited. Let me know how your week went down in the comments below. Also, feel free to share your opinions on how my initial week went. I'm hoping that this week has far less challenges involved. We don't have any holidays. I should not have another period. I should be good to go from here on out. So we are going to see if we can get this last 10 pounds off and just keep going strong and doing what we're doing and doing the things that we know contribute to weight loss. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please don't be shy. Feel free to ask in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.